Mistpaw Ravine. It's a curious little city builder style game that's actually very, very competent indeed. Checking out an early version here. The premise is fairly simple. What would happen to all of the witches' cats if the witches decided to disappear? Yeah, I know. I was wondering that too. Anyway, let's jump on in, see what we've got in store, shall we? Alright, okay, so we're in. Don't let the visuals fool you, by the way. This is a really, really interesting sort of city builder. So we've got our workers here. We have got our town center, which provides a tiny little bit of power. It's also got some of these rads, I think they're called. Yeah, rads. That's exactly it. Okay, so we don't really have any objectives, but let me walk you through what we're going to start doing. We're going to get ourselves some woodcutters, at least in the first instance. And here's where the first mechanic that I'm impressed by and interested in exploring. We're going to put down two of these things. These are mist extractors. Collects mist extract from the mist. That's right. So all of this area that is around us, ooh, there's something over there, is going to be explored as we slowly but surely start to reveal the mist. There we go. Look, we got some cats that are assigned, and boom, our playable area just got larger, which is kind of nice. Okay, food production next. Food is going to be built, going to be grown in the farmhouse. We're going to get this over here, and we are going to get some rad patches in the nearby vicinity. Excellent looking good. However, if we get all of this built, then we will probably realize fairly sharpish that we don't have a terrific growth rate on any of these rads. Also, I'm going to build some storage as well. We can build some simple stockpiles and also a liquid jar over here. Storage, we are going to set rads for storage. We will get wood. We will get planks, and that will at least be a good couple of resources to start us with. Right, what do you need? Do you need a little bit more wood? That's fine. You need a little bit more wood as well. And, well, you don't need anything, but you also don't have anything set to store, so that's fine. Right, get all of this stuff built. Let's prioritize it slightly more promptly, I think, video game. Yeah, get all of the farmhouse built, because then we are going to be able to get ourselves some food production, which is definitely what we are after. What can we also build? We can also build ourselves a sawmill. This is going to have a little bit of power draw. Remember that the town center does actually give us a little bit of power, so that's fine. Okay, so here's our first problem, and here's how we're going to fix it. The rads need to be watered. Now, it's kind of difficult to see because it's two-dimensional and whatnot, but what we can do is we can actually place a water spout right next to this ravine over here. Also, all of these cats need to go to the bathroom. They're unsheltered, they're unhappy, and they're also starting to get a little bit stinky. That's okay. We can do some worker management stuff here. A litter box, yes, that's exactly what we're going to get for the cats, because that's exactly what they need. And also homes. How many cats do we have at the moment? We've got 9 adults, 2 kittens, and each cat, or each home is for 3 cats. So what do we need? We need 5 homes, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get 5, so we've got a little bit of room for expansion. Kittens are only gonna start to be born if the cats are actually happy. But I really need this water spout. The reason that I need the water spout, which we're going to prioritize right up at the top here, the litter box is going to hold poop, slowly cleans itself over time. Great. It's going to allow all of the cats to generally be a little bit cleaner, which is kind of nice. Anyway, the point of this water spout is that with a little bit of mist extract, then we should be able to generate a little bit of water, and into the ravine, the water shall flow. And when the water starts flowing in the ravine, what do you know? We are able to water our crops, and it's almost as if I had planned that, but we have now got ourselves a lovely, lush area. I mean, to be fair, like, quite a lot of area is lush, but that's all right. Oh, also, yeah, liquid storage. The mist is a liquid, apparently. To me, it would seem like a gas, but what do I know? I'm clearly not a physicist or a chemist. Or anything, actually. No, just not. Right, what else do we need? We need some advanced manufacturing. I say advanced manufacturing. It's kind of advanced manufacturing. A sawmill, let's do it. And we're also going to get a mana accumulator, which is basically this game's version of research. So we'll get both of them built. In order to build this mana accumulator, we're going to need planks, and in order to get the planks built, we are going to, of course, need the sawmill. So let us press on with that. We'll also get all of the homes built. And that's just a bunch of water. A bunch of wood that is required for all of these things. So yeah, let's get all of that done pronto style. Alright, the mana accumulator is done. We are accumulating mana. The sawmill is also done. We are accumulating saws. No, I'm just kidding. We're accumulating planks. So that's all nice. And my houses are about to be finito as well, which is looking pretty darned good. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. Let's now turn our attention to the tech tree, shall we? So, Tier 1 tech, Tier 2 tech, Tier 3 tech, Tier 4, Tier 5 tech. That's fine. We can start on Tier 1. Now, the first and cheapest upgrade that we can get, or a bit of tech, is power. That's going to give us the pylon, and that's going to give us a wood-powered generator. Fine. Then forestry, which is going to allow us to plant some forests. A hauling station and a cleric. Removes gloom spores and cures cats of gloom sickness. Okay, well, I don't know what gloom is gonna look like, but we'll at least get the power process started. Now, how are we doing? Power production, total demand? Wow. Okay, well, it looks like we are absolutely at capacity. Max capacity in our power grid, which is, I mean, not ideal, I suppose, but it's also, you know, that's business. That is business. Also, my litter box seems to be pretty consistently overflowing, which is kind of disgusting, and honestly, probably should be rectified by getting, yeah, look at this. There's just this mess everywhere. Anyway, with 2 litter boxes, is that going to be enough? I certainly hope so. Oh, yeah, I've also placed a few more wood cutting points, although I may need to occasionally sort of toggle the worker on and off. Right, kitten born. 2 kittens born. Excellent. I will probably, whilst I'm here, just give us 2 more houses. There we go, video game. That's fine. Right, what do we got? Power and wood power generator. So 1 wood every 2 minutes is going to give 20 power. I'm going to connect this up. I think it's the stones, by the way. I think the stones give us the sort of contiguous power grid. We'll see in just a second if that is indeed the case. Mana-wise, we're doing great. I'm going to unlock forestry next. Seems like the sort of natural evolution, doesn't it? Forester and a blue tree. Yep. And then we will build the forester over here, I think. Yep. And then we will zone. I presume that the trees need to be watered. Don't quote me on that, but we'll give it a shot. I mean, look, let's build some outside. We'll give it a shot and see if that ends up working out. Okay, good. Good. I'm very happy with how this whole town is coming together. Still no idea what this whole sort of gloom stuff is going to be. Plus, we want to explore down here. I want to see if there's a better way to collect mist. I mean, my mist collection is okay at the moment, and it looks like the collection range is substantial enough, but we might have to change that. Right, how's this looking? Needs to be watered. Yep, I figured that was exactly the case. Hence why building it right there. So these are going to be the first, like, I guess, real alive trees, as opposed to these trees, which look kind of dead. But that's okay. Right, power generation. We now have power production in the grid worth 35 power points, which is probably a internal metric that Microsoft uses to assess how good their spreadsheets and presentations are. So there we go. And what's next on the old research? Logistics, and cleric, yeah, and decorations. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to get to tier 2? Average cat happiness to unlock this tier needs to be 5. Let's have a little look at average cat happiness. So, there's a lot of stinky modifiers, which is not exactly ideal. But apart from that, fine. We clearly need to get some more decorations. That's what we're going to need to do. I'm going to move this mist collector up to, like, here. I'm going to move this wood collector out to, like, here. And then let's get another mana accumulator. Or, in fact, let's get 2 more mana accumulators. Now, we don't actually have any unassigned workers at the present moment. So, I think we're going to have to... What are What are you complaining about? Stinky works at slower speed. Consider placing more litter boxes nearby. Are you kidding? You're within range. You're definitely within range of one litter box. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll get more. I'll get more. Just for the sake of it, we'll get more. We'll also unassign workers from, like, yeah, I mean, what do I not need more of? I don't technically need more mist, but I kind of want to keep the mist going, you know? So let's unassign one worker from the point over here so that we can get all of this built. Yeah. Which I'm assuming somebody's going to start building anytime soon. We got a lot of kittens that need to kind of just wise up and join the workforce, right? Average happiness is quite good though. We'll grow into an adult in like flipping ages. Holy cow. Are any of these going to be useful? 11 minutes and 40 seconds? You've got to be joking me. That's going to take an absolute age. Okay, well, I'm maxed out on mist, so let's cut back on our mist extraction until we have a more a competent and wide-ranging workforce. Total home space available is 18. We are at full capacity, although we have zoned one more home. I am after just a little bit more mana. Let's wait and get... We're going to wait for logistics and safety. We don't need that right now. I've built some more litter boxes. We've got plenty of litter boxes. Any cat that remains stinky is remaining stinky by choice. And I will not be told otherwise. There's plenty of litter boxes. We got 2 farmers here. Let's reduce the number of farmers by 1. Houses, we are now up to where we need to be. That's great. Let's assign 1 cat back down to do some wood manipulation. That's an awful thing to say, but it sounds dreadful. But yeah, wood manipulation, that's what it is. Right. Lamps, path, and shrubs. So shrubs and lamps, it looks like shrubs and lamps are going to give me the decorative bonus that we are after. Yep. That's good. And all within that radius as well. Shrubs. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's totally fine. So that will all be within the correct radius. And all that we are required to do is supply a couple of different planks. And I think we should be able to get there. We're still, you know, through thick and thin, we're still turning wood into planks, which is what matters. Average happiness currently at 4. We're heading for 5. We've got 3 mana manipulators, or mana accumulators on the go, which is great. Tier 2 is now available. Amazing. What do I care about? Crystals? Grilling? Scaling up? A home for many cats? Or claw maintenance? I think I probably care most about scaling up. The ability to get a double home would be really quite useful. But I want to manipulate the mist a little bit more. Like, I feel like our mist situation is... We got an opportunity to expand. I mean, you know, something down here. I want to see what's down here. I don't think we can target... I mean, we can target our mist in the sense that we can build a mist collector over here, and then that will generally mine in this direction. Starving cats? Oh yeah, we got a problem. We got a problem. Let's get some more rads set up. Okay, there's just been a notification that's come through. A gloom storm is starting in a couple of minutes. We'll see what that means, but that probably means in the short term that we're going to go back to tier 1 and we're going to get logistics and safety, and we're going to be able to get a cleric, or at least we're going to try and get a cleric. What do I need in order to hit the next level? Ink processing, terraforming, gloom power. Okay, deep mist collection. All right. We need 8 average happiness, which presumably is not going to be helped. Ooh, we get a bonus for being on the grass. Well, that's going to be an easy thing to fix. All we need to do is just yoink this over here. We are going to need to get some more power pylons, but we can do that relatively easily. What I really care about is just making sure that the kittens come of age quickly so that we can put them to work. That is really, really important. Because I need a larger workforce, quite honestly. Let's get pumping. There we go. Now we're talking. So everybody, Everybody is now on grass. That is a big old bonus. That's pretty fantastic. Is there another type of food that maybe we can unlock in tier 2? Yeah, there is. Grilling. Presumably, it's just... Is it just rad? Grill cooks food. I don't know what type of food that is. Fruit. Must be cooked by a grill to become edible. Right, I presume that we unlock the fruit as well. Scaling up, claw maintenance, fine. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a bit. How are we doing rad-wise? Not so hot, honestly. Not so hot. Pylon is looking good, though. That's great. The Gloomstorm is officially underway. Presumably, that's going to lead to a bit of an average happiness decrease. Can I get... How do I get a cleric? Worker management. Hauling station and a cleric. Yeah, well, we'll build the cleric over here. And then the hauling station, I guess, we'll also build... We'll just build it, sure. I know everybody is hungry. There is precious little that I can do about that at this specific moment in time. If only the rads could grow just that little bit faster. Maybe... I mean, maybe we just get even more. Maybe we get even more rads. I mean, we can build them up here. There's nothing stopping us from doing it. It's all within range of the farm, I believe, right? Well, mostly within range of the farm. Whatever. We can build another farm up here if we need to. Yeah, we got a lot of starving cats. Did I really grow that much, or was I just underproducing this entire time? I think I might have just been underproducing this this entire time. I'm hoping that we don't run into any problems. Haulers, yep, we're going to reduce the number of haulers that we have. We're going to reduce the number of clerics that we have. Gloom spores. I've not identified any gloom spores, although that looks kind of gloom spory over there. We still have 6 starving cats, but that is honestly fine, I think, for now. Because soon we're going to be on top of it completely, which is what matters. The other important thing to note is that throughout Thick and Thin, we have just been toiling away on the research front, which is great. I think we get, yeah, I think we get homes. I think we get homes because I would love to have a big house. Yeah, big house right here. Is that gonna allow me to build? Oh, we require crystals. Well, you know what? Let's get crystals. So where are we gonna get this? Mines crushed crystals from crystals. I'm presuming this is a crystal maybe then? Let's manipulate the mist. Assign you back to there. That's good. Let's get more mist. And in fact, let's move this mist post down here too, so that we can get a bit more. There's pretty much no point. Yeah, pretty much no point in building this house anymore. Don't even bother. Just get the mist as much as we can. I think we've finally solved our food issue, which is a nice thing to say. So that's good. I will at least settle for 3 more regular houses, and we will get the accompanying decorations. Ugh, annoying, but it's fine. The accompanying decorations for these things. How are we doing for wood? Not so good, to be honest. We have a wood chopper here, which is currently doing exactly nothing, although is occasionally deciding to do something whenever the trees need chopping down, which is good. I think some of the kittens have come into the workforce, so we can turn the wood chopping posts back on, which I will do. Anything else that we really need to do as a sort of pressing matter of urgency? Average cat happiness is quite good. No stinkiness, no gloom touch, no gloom sick. Grilled fruit is an extra free point. A scratching post is another free point that we can get very easily. In fact, that's crystals. That is crystals. That's crystals right there. How do I mine these suckers? We need a gathering post. Let's do it. Build a gathering post. Do we need a processing post of any sort? Crystal mason. Yeah, it turns crystals into blocks. Let's build this over here. I fear I may need to get... yeah, sure. Move that over there. Maybe you'll be able to access this crystal. I don't know. I fear I may... Ooh, 25 crushed crystals, and we've got 1. Okay, I fear I may not be able to get here as quickly as I would like, but I also fear we're gonna need a heck of a lot of resources in order to build this thing. Yeah, not exactly ideal. Not exactly ideal, but that's okay. How are we doing for power? I suspect you will need power, won't you? Yeah, your power draw is 10, so let's preemptively get ahead of the curve, and let's build ourselves another power generator. We need a bunch of wood right now. Kittens are being born. That's good, at least. We've finally got some wood generation happening again. Research-wise, we're doing good on the research front. What do you need? You need crystals. See, that's the thing. Okay, so we need to get the food bonus and the crystal bonus. The crystal bonus, we need to get the scratching post bonus in order to progress to tier 3, so that's fine. We'll get them both. I think the fact that we've got 3 researchers just going absolutely ham right now is great. Grill, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you're going to require power as well. I mean, I did just look at that. Yeah, it requires power. And it also requires crystals to build, so whatever. Not going to happen anytime soon, is it? But farming, which we can now start to think about. There we go. This is a very disjointed farm. I feel like this is weird, but we're going to at least start growing the fruits, which is what matters. Good. More and more fruits. More and more fruits. Can we even grow them? Waiting to be planted? Yeah, to be fair, the farmers are quite busy at the moment, so I'll give them a little bit of time. But crystal-wise, we are slowly but surely gathering the mist, and we will be at this crystal before we know it. Oh, we're so darn close to getting this crystal unlocked fully. Please. Please. Just one or two more bits of gloom mist, or mist gloom, whatever it's called. Or maybe it's just mist. I don't know. Mana-wise, we're looking good, though. Let's get the claw maintenance unlock. What do we need point-wise? We need 200, 400, 600, 600. Okay, so it's actually fairly simple for us to get that. Decorations, scratching post. Are you going to fit in there? You're not quite going to fit in there, but if I move 2 of these storages, you're going to fit in there. Or if I move... Yeah. Don't bother planting these. It's alright. Don't bother. Watered and growing. Okay, it's a good thing that we actually got these planted, because it does look like they take quite a long time to come to fruition. Not like it particularly matters, because we have editing on our side, so we can skip forward in time, but... Aha! There we go. The miner is actively working now. So, that storage that I'm after, I think we want to store... Refined crystals? Store refined crystals. We still haven't actually built the crystal mason yet, so... Again, it doesn't really matter, but large stockpile. Let's get 2 small stockpiles again. We've got plenty of wood, and we've got only 1 single cat that is not currently doing anything. Look at all these... Look at all these lazy cats. Yep, crushed crystals. What else? And we'll do grilled fruit. Also, speaking of grilled, I am going to get the grill down. Wherever the heck the grill is. There we go. Grill. Let's build that here, I guess. We'll start the process of at least building it. What am I talking about? I've already got a grill. Goodness gracious me. That's daft. We just need those refined crystals. Right, let's put this as a high priority. I've got 2 crushed crystals. We are getting... We've only got 100 there. Is there any... Oh, there's way more. Okay, that was a reasonably sort of like sensible decision, I think, all things considered, to try and beeline towards the bottom corner over here. I can always get another miner. And I can actually do that fairly easily with another cat. We are kind of at our limits. These cats are a bit stinky. More boxes. I can do more boxes. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't have to, but it's fine. And then woodcutter, let's get you moved. I mean, I guess here. I mean, not like it really matters because there's no flippin' wood anywhere. Absolutely no wood anywhere. Carrying nothing. Yep. Okay, it looks like the cats have to take it in turns mining this big obelisk crystal block thing. Ooh, look at this. Crystal Mason. It's working. Nice. So, grill first before scratching post. Does it really matter? Have we got... Oh, we've got some fruits. So, yeah, we can start getting that happiness bonus. I mean, either way, it's pretty much all that we really need. It's 2 crushed crystals to 1 crystal block. I don't know how you're melding crystals. I mean, that seems like a pretty impossible task if you ask me, but it is not up to me to question cats. So, there we go. Anyway, keep on mining. Let's get this done. Let's get the crystal blocks done. Let's get the scratching post done. And let's get the grill done. Right, it seems like we've got a bit of a food crisis here. I'm not quite sure why you're not harvesting. Is it because you're maxed out on radrads? I think that might be the problem that we've got here. Let's change this stockpile from grilled fruits to ungrilled fruits, I suppose. And that will allow you to connect. Okay, so this is not an individual storage. It's a max storage, all in all. Okay, well, I don't think people are going to eat the fruits. Or, sorry, I don't think the cats are going to eat the fruits because they probably can't. They're not edible or whatever. How are we doing with the scratching post? Very, very good, in fact. We're just about to be finished. So even though people are starving, or sorry, even though the cats are starving, I should stop anthropomorphizing them. Even though the cats are starving, they are at least going to be scratched or able to scratch themselves. Can you tell that I don't really understand how cats work? Yeah, that was probably obvious to anyone. Also, look at this. We got loads of grown-ups. You know what I just see? I just see workers. I see workers. Right, mist collector. Mist collector. Mist collector. Mist collector. Mist collector. I think that... Ooh, Gloomstorm starting in 5 minutes. That's fine. I think we should be able to collect a heck of a lot of mist, to be honest with you. I think we should. Right, my farmers are doing an absolute power work. Very, very impressed with that. With that amount of good stuff. We don't have power over here. Are we actually... Power production, total demand. Is this not a conductor? Oh, I thought that was a... Oh, weird. Okay, I guess we need to connect up the grill, which I will do imminently. And look at that. Average cat happiness has just hit the absolute flippin' roof. Tier 3, here we come. Right, what do we got? Ink processing. Ink extractor. Ink nodes? What the heck's an ink node? Pours ink into ravines. Converts mist extract into ink and water. Produces enough water to fill a 7x7 ravine. Generates mana when harvested. Okay. Explosives. Hell yeah. Gloom power. Produces gloom fuel when chopped down. And deep mist collection. Deep below the ground. Must be placed in ravines. Okay, let's unlock this first, because, I mean, I can. Tier 4, I think aquatic farming, power storage, gloom protection, poop mastery. Alright, there we go. Apparently that is going to be available in the full game, but that's fine. It's fine for me. Right, a mana shroom. Generates mana when harvested, only grows on gloom creep. So that's the stuff that comes at the the gloom storm even. We'll give that a shot when we can then. Right. So ink purifier converts mist extract and ink into water. An ink extractor. So what the heck is an ink node? Do I know what an ink node looks like? What? Oh, it's a cat. I was ready to say, is that an ink node over there? No. Yeah, I don't know what an ink node looks like. I mean, we've got the purifier, we've got the cleric. Let's turn the cleric off, because I want to see if we yield anything by just letting the gloomstorm, letting the gloomstorm come along and see. So this is a gloom spore, right? Which we're letting grow. Okay, good. So what can I do about this? Ink extractor? Nope. We can't extract ink on that. We can't do that. Gloom power. Produces gloom fuel when chopped down. Only grows on gloom creep. Goodness gracious me, there's lots of grows, gloom, etc. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to keep these around. Let's get the cleric back in commission so that we can start preaching to these little spores. Nice. Nice. And I think one is going to be enough, although, I mean, we do have plenty. We do have plenty of free cat capacity at the present moment. Average happiness is still managing. Still managing to stay up there. Right, okay, so terraforming fills ravines, creates ravines. I mean, do I even need ravines? I do kind of want to figure out what this... I do kind of want to figure out what this mana ink... Sorry, this ink thing is. There's this area up here. I mean, we're kind of going in all directions. Let's get another purifier, by the way. There we go. Oh, are you sick? Sick from prolonged exposure to gloom creep. Right, well, that's because I'm afraid, much like a real-life plague doctor, you are a plague doctor. Kind of. You should at least wear some protection or something, right? Anyway, I think we survived. Ooh! Is that it? That's an ink node, baby. We got an ink node. Let's do it. Ink extractor. Let's get it built. What do we need? 20 crystals. We've got them, pretty much. Well, we can get them in just a second. No builders are available. That's okay, because as soon as the clerics are done clericking, we will take them out of commission, and we will just let them build instead, which will work just perfectly. Right, so what can we do with the ink purifier? Converts mist extract and ink into water. Enough to fill a 7x7 ravine. I guess that's a lot. And I guess it's more efficient than using a water spout. It's not really. Well, I guess it kind of is. But, yeah. Well, what I really need, video game. I mean, yeah, we should use it over here. Yeah, forget this thing. Ink purifier. Yeah, bang that down there. No other sign of an ink node anywhere else. Also, are we bang out of crystals? We absolutely are. So I worry about that. But what we're going to need to do is we're just going to need to strategically reposition our mist collection cats over to this area so that we can try and access these crystals down here. I think by placing them in this vicinity, we should be okay, at least for now. Okay, ink extraction. Let's absolutely get this at top priority. Yep, we do not have enough crushed crystals. I know. I'm working on it. It's fine. It'll happen. Do we have enough? Do we have enough to get the ink extractor built? Darn it, I don't think we do. That's really annoying. Some stinky cats. Don't worry about it. We'll get another bin over there. Another bin over here. Another bin over there, just in case anybody needs to go to the litter tray when we are extracting from the ink extractor. Right. Ah, I see. 9 out of 10 resources have been allocated to the ink purifier. Well, it's not going to matter, because even if we were to cancel this building, we'd only have 9, and that's, you know, we need 20, so, you know, maths just doesn't add up. So we're going to have to wait until we get down to this node down here. But the good news is, in the meantime, I have yoinked enough for terraforming, which I will take. And explosives are built... Explosives are built how? What does that build cost? What is the build cost? Gloom fuel? So we need to get gloom power. A gloom tree produces gloom fuel when chopped down. Only glows on gloom creep. There's also the mana shrooms. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna... Yeah, it won't work. So I guess maybe that's the reason to keep gloom creep available? Is that gloom creep up there? That kind of looks creepy. 12. Are we starting to do... Yeah, we're starting to do some mining. Nice. Okay. Average happiness is currently at 9. I think that's about as good as we can hope for. The grilled fruit. Why are we not making as many of them as I thought we would? Do I need more haulers? I'm gonna make more haulers or add more cats to the hauling rota just to ensure that we get more resources. That's top priority. Great. That's presumably lower priority. Yeah, nice. Still don't really understand why... There we go. There we go. Prioritize down here, please. Go, 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 go. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could sort of, like, set a collection area. But I don't think I can do that. I can just, you know, I just say go. Also, yeah, so we can't collect more because we are at capacity for our liquid storage. Well, that's a fairly easy fix because all we need to do is build an additional liquid storage and we will collect mist extract. And that will allow all of the cats that currently have got loads and loads of mist extract in their back pockets to go and sort that out. Right, 17 out of 20. Final push. Let's get it done. Looks like we need to get power up here, which I think I can do. I'm gonna have to be strategic about how we expand our grid out here, but actually shouldn't be too much of a problem. Maybe we just power it directly, to be honest. I'm thinking that that's exactly what we do, because otherwise it's just going to be too much of a faff. And honestly, I think we can make this happen. Also, I'm now realizing that I still haven't got the tier 2 houses, which I will get. 15 cats is a heck of a lot of cats to get in to a house. So yeah, it's probably a good idea that we do it. We've got a cat working at the ink extractor here. Fine. Also, this definitely looks gloomy up here. This definitely looks gloomy. It looks like it's sort of being held back. We are almost done with that. I'm gonna say cancel, right? I'm gonna say cancel, and I'm gonna say instead, let's build it here. Let's build the ink purifier right over here, because I want to see this in action. We'll high priorityify that. That's high priority. That's high priority. I take it back, make that medium priority, so that we can get the power grid done. How many cats do we have? Yeah, we've got no kittens in waiting. That's the problem. That's the real issue here. And that's the reason why we needed to get a double home. I mean, we can now have up to 15 kittens. That's quite a lot of kittens. But it's also going to require a lot more food. And my flippin' rads. Yeah, I almost feel like we need more farmers. In fact, we probably need a heck of a lot more farmers. But, I mean, I don't really have the capacity to do that at the present moment. So we'll worry about that shortly. Right, power generation, good. We will get a power generator up and running. We don't have any wood, though, so that's... Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm just going to expand my tree operation. Blue tree. Yep. There we go. Pretty much no reason not to, right? Go for it. Do we have any additional tree... Yeah, explosives. We're working on it, don't worry. Any additional tree people? Yep, we do. I'm going to move tree person over to there. And then anybody else that's just chilling, doing nothing? Yeah, I mean, you're now in, like, prime real estate land over here. This is semi-valuable because it's on water and it's near houses and all that sort of stuff, so that's fine. Right. Come on. Are we generating ink now? We are generating ink. So that's great. We're still not doing anything with the ink. So let's priority 3 this. And let's also get a liquid storage for the ink. Sure, let's just build it there. It's fine. We will... Yeah, I mean, we can build this. We can build this right now. It seems like the haulers don't want to haul, or maybe the hauler's just doing something else that I'm just completely oblivious to, but it just looks like the hauler's doing absolutely nothing right now. Do I want to take somebody out of farming? Not really. Do I want to take some cats out of gloom harvesting, or mist harvesting, I should say? Yes, I do, because they are doing absolutely nothing right now. Well, that's not true. They're doing something, but they're clearly not as useful as they could be, because look at this. We got 2 jars. We got 2 jars full of this stuff. So stop messing around. Woodcutter, can I move you over to here? Yes, I can. Alrighty, look at this. We got an ink purifier. We should be able to fill a much larger area with water now. It's at a 7x7 ravine. That feels like quite a lot of ravine. But... yeah, is this why we need a hauler? This... yeah, this doesn't really seem to be working out altogether too well. Increase the number of haulers that we have here. It's good, though. It's a lot of green. It's a heck of a lot of green. It's going to be good for the forester. It's more blue trees. Yep. Loads more blue trees, in fact. So that's kind of nice. Right. The next thing that we need to do is reposition our mist extraction in order to try and get gloom extraction here. Also, what can I get? Gloom power. I need 600 mana in order to get there. So we are pretty darned close, in fact. Minus 15 power? Really? Total demand is higher than it needs to be. Really? We're not using all of the buildings at the same time, but yeah, weird one. Okay. You're going to chop down that tree. Great. We got loads of crystals coming through. That's fine. I mean, we really just need our own trees to start playing around properly. We got a couple of sick cats because they have presumably been up here. Yep. Let's assign a cleric. Assign a cleric so that we can maybe do a little bit of cat treatment. Great. And then keep on mist collecting up here. Even if it does endanger the cat's health, it's still worthwhile, I think. And now our power situation is fine again. Don't know what's going on there. Right, let's save up for 600 to get gloom power, and then I think we will build an explosive. We will build a ravine here, and then that will probably be us. Oh, also, I've got an ink spout. Do I want to fill a ravine with ink? Kind of do. I want to see how it works. The ink purifier is presumably going to be more useful because it produces water, and water will allow us to grow crops. But yeah, I want to see how this works, especially when ink and water actually meet. I did zone one more ink purifier over here, which I'm now no longer going to build. Has it still not been built? Yeah, of course it hasn't. But we've got the gloom power. Got the gloom power ability now, so let's get it done. The gloom tree, fine. And the fuel-powered generator. Requires quite a lot of resources. Video game. Oh! Captain, we have a crisis on our hands. The annual catnip festival is coming up, but some of our cats have too much grumpiness in their hearts. We need to overcome the grumpiness. But since this is just a demo, we don't have to deal with this crisis yet. The full game will come with new stuff like underwater farms, catnip distribution centers, mana tech, and optional story events. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I still want to chuck this into... I still want to chuck some resources into the river, but I mean, there's no builders available, so yeah, of course, nothing's going to necessarily happen. I also don't have any wood. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. We do not have the wood, probably because we're just making we're making too many things with planks. Gloomstorm is going to end. We've got a cleric on the job. I did build the fuel power generator. Where's gloom tree? Yeah, so we build the gloom trees here. Presumably this needs to be managed by a farm or a farmhouse, which I can make here, but that will probably make the cats unhappy and or dead and or both, in fact. And or both. We have space for 45 cats, so we should be getting on top of that. You can be moved up to here to help chop down the trees, both in this vicinity and also this vicinity. And these posts are currently abandoned. We don't really care about them. Crystals, I'm also going to take a backseat on crystals. In fact, I'm just going to say we're not going to need any more crystals at all. Ink, yep, that is still the highest priority thing that we can build right now. The ink spout. We're almost there. Anything else that I want to do? Litter box. Yeah, I'll refund a few resources here. Explosives, I'm gosh darn trying to get the explosives built. We are trying. Right, so ink spout is ready. How's this work? We need a cat to work here, but we need to be connected to the power grid. Just do me a little setup like this. I know that seems a little bit wasteful, but we have so many planks that we can basically build this immediately, and it only costs us 5 wood, which is honestly the more endangered species right now. You are useless, and also I'll move your post over to here, I guess. Ooh, is that ink or is that gloom? What is that? That might be something. Right. You're clericizing over here. Ooh, look at that. It's actually got a bit of gloom in the river. I think that's gloom, or maybe it's ink. But how are you powered now? Connect nearby buildings to the power grid. Oh, maybe they all sort of connect up wirelessly. Are they wireless pylons? They might be wireless pylons. Either way, the ink is working, and it looks like the ink has actually spread into the land over here. Ah, okay, so this isn't gloom. It's ink. And gloom things, the gloom little tumor things, they spread ink. I think. Hard to tell. Either way, I think we're gonna wrap that up right about there. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. A very, very nice little game. Mistpaw Ravine. I mean, ravines? Mist? Paws? It's literally the name of the game. Pretty much sums this one up. I'm excited to see more. Maybe a little bit sort of simplistic, but yeah, tier 4, tier 5. I want to see what more there is in this title. Anyway, folks, I've been Orbital Potato. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.